Alright, so I'm gonna start playing. I'm gonna play Stardust Vanguard. I'm playing it on hard, but I'll go back to the menu so you guys can see that. Hard, confirm. Alright, here we go. Let's play on Outer Space. Outer Space is one of my favorite maps in the game because compared to the other maps, it's a big open space. And for those of you who have not played this game, that is important because you can easily get backed into a corner, and it's extremely hard to get out unless you know what you're doing with your sword. For those of you that's never heard this game, it's on Steam. I don't know how much money it is. I got it a while back. But what the game is basically, essentially, is you're a guy and you swing your sword. You can deflect bullets, and shit, I just died. You can deflect bullets back at your enemies, and basically what it is it's dang, I'm playing really bad. What you do is you just fight off waves of enemies. If you're playing the solo game, that is. The solo game has no story. It is just waves. There is more. You can actually beat the waves too. Like there's, like if you saw, it started me off on like wave 30 or like 20 or something like that. And what you can actually beat it by just surviving out all the waves, which is kind of interesting because when you hit co-op and hit survival, you expect it just to go on forever or something. It just sets you at a harder wave. Endurance is where you go from easy to medium to hard. I have played a little bit of that. I played this quite, not that much really, just here and there, and I've gotten fairly good at it, I think. I'm gonna try to beat it on hard, but I'm already off to a terrible start, so who knows if that'll actually happen. Um, if you've ever heard of this game or have been thinking about getting it, if you're not into really the whole essence of this game is you have your sword, you have your gun, which I just fired, and you have your shield, and you have your dodge. It's basically like a shoot 'em up, full range shoot 'em up. The screen does not rotate ever. And that's pretty much it. What I like about it is the controls feel fluent. It feels good to swing the sword. It feels good just to frickin' dodge. And right off the bat, it's actually pretty difficult. So once you do start fighting and you start actually defeating enemies, it feels great. Up until you get like it's a fun first impression. I don't know how else to put it, because oh, someone's on. Once you play this game more, you start to realize that like there's only like five types of enemies, and they're kind of boring to fight. But since this is an indie game and it's fairly new, I guess if you they're probably working on that problem. So I would expect more enemies in a later update or something like that. They have redesigned some of the enemies if you look at some of the beginning pictures of this game. So I mean, they are working on it if they're not doing anything. One thing I have not been doing this game is there's that little white thing. Those white numbers will go up as I kill enemies, and here I'll show you what I can do with that. The higher that number goes, the more troops you can call in, which is interesting because it's like that is basically what makes this game fun. Because I wouldn't make this survival will last you maybe like 20 minutes worth of entertainment. But what's really fun is they kind of expected you to grab friends because it's a four-player game. You can play four-player survival or you can play the verses. They expected you to grab friends and basically play the verses. That's and that I've played a few times with a few of my friends, and it's pretty fun. What you do it's all it is like it's just a sword battle. But what they do, one thing that they really, the only real thing that they change from that to this is your count on for your troops just non-stop goes up. Which means is, let's say, which means is you can call in like giant hordes of enemies on your team, on your friends, and like beat them that way. So it's not just you and your friends slicing at each other, thinking maybe you're doing something, which is really entertaining. It might not sound like it, but just imagine playing this game with like four people, and you're all just like hacking at each other. You're all calling in troops. You can see when the person has the advantage. You can see when they don't. It's just really tons of fun. It's kind of like in a way Towerfall, except for I would consider Towerfall better personally. I don't know if you guys have played that. It's another good game. It's just another indie game out there on Steam. I don't know. I want to check that out too. Maybe I'll make a video about it. Who knows? Maybe I'll make a video just like playing it, showing it to you guys. Shit. Okay. I have beaten this on hard, and I am going to beat it on hard right now. Alright, now that I've kind of explained the game a little bit. Um, things I'm hoping that this game improves upon is basically, I just want more enemies. I want to see a story, maybe. Um, but other than that, I like the controls, I like the team aspects, I like the play with friend aspect, not really. I don't know what I was thinking, team aspects. Um, and it is kind of hard to play and get a hold of at the beginning, but as soon as you get past that, it's a fun game, especially with friends. I would recommend it. I recommend it to all my friends. I've played with a few of my friends. I've played it with I've already said like 6 times. I feel like I'm just rambling. Um, but again, all of them pretty much didn't play it for more than like a little bit and gave up on it because they thought they didn't like the sword or whatever. Which I think the sword's freaking awesome. When I first started playing this game, I was like, "Is that a fuck?" I was like, "What am I doing?" Oh, I press A. I press A and I fucking throw a lightsaber out there. I'm like, "Holy shit, is that a lightsaber?" I was like, "It is a lightsaber," because I like sliced through a ship. And I'm like, "Oh man, that was awesome." I was like, "Huh? If it's truly a lightsaber, I should be able to deflect their shots." And I like swung at it, and I was like, "Holy crap, this is amazing!" And I like immediately died because it's again kind of difficult the first time you play. And I was like, wow, I can totally get into this game. I play it like, for a little bit, like every day when I get home from school or whatever. It's, mm, I wouldn't say it's like, I would give this game like a 5 out of 10. It's really just a lack of content, though, that makes me say that. It's, other than playing this, there's not much to do on your own. Um, Now, I would recommend that you get a controller if you are going to play this game, because a keyboard feels really, really strange. It just doesn't. The way the character moves is kind of free-flowing like, and it feels like you have full control over them, but when you have a keyboard, I've played with both the keyboard and a controller. I'm playing with the controller right now, actually. When you play with a keyboard, it just feels sloppy and like they didn't really plan that out too much. Because they were expecting you to use a controller. I mean, that's like the headline of this game. I think it's like you when you open it up and it's like grab a controller, grab some friends, and play this hack and slash whatever the hell game. It's called Stardust Vanguard. I don't know how long it's been out, but I don't I don't really think too many people have this game. I know a few Let's Players have played it. I haven't personally watched any of them play. Ah, crap. And it's not too hard. I mean, I haven't had the game for too long, and I can already beat it on hard. Although, be it I'm not playing very well right now. That's just because I'm trying to talk and trying to play at the same time, which is not a good mix. It's like trying to do two things at once. And I am not a multitasker. Multitasking is the bane of my existence. That's probably why I'm terrible at Warcraft and Starcraft and anything else that involves a base, troops, and combining the two. Although, and I know probably some people that see this game are like, ew, this looks disgusting, the graphics or whatever, but I personally don't care. I feel like this game is great either way, and I think it deserves a try, to be honest. It's one of the better arcade type of games I've played. Oh, actually, I've got max. I just want to see how many troops I can call in with this. Oh. Well, there you go. Oh, I didn't know you can call in your own ship. That's interesting. Alright, well, there you go. Beat it on hard, and... wow. Going green. I always get that, and I feel like I dash a lot. I don't get what the hell that even means anymore. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Hopefully it didn't suck too much for you guys to watch me die and then do it again, all while ranting about this game. But, you know what? I tried.